We all know the story, or at least we think we do. Samson, the super-strong hero, and Delilah, the treacherous woman who brought him down. It's a classic tale of betrayal, a simple narrative of good versus evil. But what if it's not that simple? What if we've been looking at Delilah all wrong? Let's strip away the Sunday school version and look at the facts. The story comes from the book of Judges, a time of chaos and conflict. Samson wasn't exactly a clean-cut hero. He was impulsive, violent, and consistently broke his sacred Nazirite vows. He killed a lion with his bare hands, slaughtered 30 men for their clothes, and burned the Philistines' fields. He was a force of nature, yes, but also a deeply flawed and volatile man. He was less of a noble protector and more of a one-man wrecking crew. Then comes Delilah. The text says the Philistine lords approached her, offering a fortune 1,100 pieces of silver from each of them. That's a life-changing amount of money, especially for a woman in an ancient patriarchal society with limited power. Was she just greedy? Or was she pressured? Was she a Philistine herself, loyal to her own people who were being terrorized by Samson? The Bible doesn't say where she came from. Her loyalty is a blank slate. Maybe she saw Samson not as a hero, but as a dangerous outsider, an occupying force. From her perspective, stopping him might have been an act of patriotism, or even survival. The story often focuses on her seduction, but it's really a story of interrogation. 3 times, she asks Samson for the source of his strength. 3 times he lies to her, making a game of it. He tells her to tie him with 7 fresh bowstrings, then with new ropes, then to weave his hair into a loom. Each time, she does exactly as he says, and each time, he breaks free, and she is left with nothing. Is this the work of a master manipulator? Or a woman growing increasingly desperate, being played by a man who enjoys toying with her? He's the one turning this deadly serious situation into a cruel game. Only on the 4th try, when she says his heart isn't with her, does he finally break. He confesses that his strength lies in his uncut hair, a symbol of his vow to God. This isn't just a haircut, it's the severing of his divine connection, the final violation of his sacred oath. He willingly gives her the one secret that can destroy him. Why? Was it love? Arrogance? Or was he so convinced of his own invincibility that he couldn't imagine any real consequence? He had broken every other rule. Maybe he thought this one didn't matter either. When his hair is cut, the text is clear. The Lord had left him. His strength wasn't just physical, it was spiritual. He had abandoned his God long before Delilah ever picked up a pair of shears. She was simply the final instrument of a downfall that he himself had set in motion. He was blinded, imprisoned, forced to grind grain like an animal, a powerful metaphor for a man who had lost his vision, both literally and spiritually. In the end, Samson's story is a tragedy of his own making. Delilah is often painted as the villain, the ultimate femme fatale. But maybe she was just a person caught between powerful men and impossible choices. A pawn in a much larger game of politics and war. The story of Delilah forces us to question who writes history and who gets labeled a hero or a traitor. The real lesson might not be about the weakness of a strong man, but about our own tendency to accept simple stories without asking the difficult questions. What do you think? Was Delilah a traitor, a patriot, or something else entirely? The old stories are full of these complex figures, and we love exploring them. If you do too, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Thanks for watching.